Okay, this is my 5-minute yoga practice for busy runners. If you're developing your understanding of yoga and you don't even want to go to yoga practices, you can tap into your conscious breathing and do these few yoga stretches with that conscious breathing. And at least in my experience, these are the ones that I think do a really good job of releasing tension from any tight muscles from anything you do. Like anything that is basically the gravity, the effects of gravity put on you by being vertical. You're compressing the lower back when you're running hard, especially if you're running on pavement. You're compressing the back, and this is reversing that. And it's opening up the back, and in doing that, it's also allowing you to recover that exercise. So I usually start by just tapping into the breath in mountain pose, which is just standing. As you learn yoga, I'm going to use yoga terms. So mountain pose, tap into that breath. On the exhale, you fold over. And you don't have to do it as a ritual practice. So this is kind of like a yin yoga. You're just going into this posture for a little while. And eventually you want to get your hands to the ground, right? And then you're going into your down dog. And that's where you're spending most of your time in your 5 minutes. You're probably going to spend at least 2 minutes in down dog. So this is where it's like you can do as much as you want. I'm just going to walk through all the poses, but I think when you're tight, you spend the most time here, and then you can breathe in and do the inverse of that. And it'll take a while just to get to be able to do this. I've spent 5 years building the flexibility that allows me to talk through a video while doing the poses, and I'm actually tapping into the breath a little bit just because it's natural. So you can rotate between these two poses, and then I like to basically walk up into a yogic squat, and you're just allowing, or some kind of toe stand, where you're kind of balancing on your toes. Basically activating the full knee close, while still breathing. And that's the most important part to remind yourself the entire time, is keep that deep breath connected to it, just like you're forced to be connected to it while doing a 5-minute workout, right? This is just one more rep, and you do it right before bed. After you do the down dog for a good while, the only other part is to kind of come onto your back. And remember, it's about opening up the back. And so you can do these, you want to create this space here and, take the pressure off the hips and breathe into all of the muscles and ligaments that are around the hips. And so you can do the rock the knees back and forth. And you can even obviously come onto the back and do the happy baby and roll on the back, because you're using the breath to recover the back. This whole program of 5 minutes is to work on the back. And so you do that first through the connection with the legs and the down dog, opening everything up, and then, rolling around and massaging the back when you're doing that deep breathing. And it's funny, I've probably grown a ½ inch in the last 5 years, maybe a little more actually, from just creating space in the lower back and doing this flexibility routine, which is yoga, but it's really about tapping into the breath, that conscious breathing, learning how to do deep breathing, proper breathing. Read the book Breath by James Nestor if you want the whole gamut of breath understanding, but the way it applies to running specifically, or any kind of endurance sport, where your elevated breathing is above the resting breath. So even a fast walk, you could apply this to, you know, like it's going to benefit you. It is a meditation when you focus on it, right? And so in developing this understanding, this learned understanding, you are creating that ability to meditate while breathing and treating your breath as a conscious object that you can drop into, and that can help you with flow state when your performance is a race or some kind of high endurance activity. And so you can come in and out of this ability. It's meditation, it's yoga, in my opinion. You don't have to go to just a class. You can apply it to your whole life, and you can certainly apply it to your recovery. And that's what I recommend, is the 5 minutes before bed. And once you really learn it, you're going to want to do it more. You're going to be doing it in between meetings, and it's awesome. So hope that this video helps you. Try it.